Southwest, it's a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, that make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, while I point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Tigers and the Detroit Lions. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Break. Mike front four. Hey. Switch.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally taken down at the 34. A huge play there right off the bat. 48 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward, and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the 36-yard line.
On the ready. 51. Protein spill. Check 50. Check. Set up.
To throw on 2nd down. Gabriel. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 24 yards. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Down! You wide 88! 54 miles. Ready? Slam, slam, slam! He's checking, he's checking, he's checking! Hey, 734!
On play action, it's Carr. And that's complete to Jesse James. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
I don't think you got it, sir!
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visual.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Chicago. Davante Adams, 63 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson. And that'll make it 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Throwing deep for Galladay. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Sam Martin to punt it away for Detroit. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 60 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Hey, lock it. Ready?
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Gabriel into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Big stop, let's go. Jumper.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsay. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Let's get it.
$21-0 our score after 1. They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Let's go. 8, read. He's coming. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Off play action. Gabriel. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On first down, Lindsey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, we're good. 185.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
93. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And Robinson with a big catch. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Carr now, 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be third and a mile. From the gun, Carr. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really be demoralizing.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. To throw, it's Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Look at me, zipper.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Gabriel looking downfield for Kelsey. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch the safety creep. Check it out,
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Here comes Grant on the return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, we're good. 185. 282.
Here's Carr. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
From the 36, Carr. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Check 13. 49. Check 49. Fair. Shift. Go.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Jones. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Hustle. He's crashing. He's checking crack.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go. Ready.
Back to throw. Gabriel. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Go. Check 43. Let's go. 5.
Throwing again. Gabriel. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Gabriel going for the deep ball. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, and now it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake. Gabriel, he's going to air one out. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, Sam off.
From the gun, Gabriel trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 28. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Good track, good track. Easy, easy. Kill. Hey, watch that.
Operating from the gun. Carr. He'll find Lindsey here. And some room to roam now. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 42-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
You got nothing. Check.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And the catch made by Johnson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Right now, 54 Mike. All day, baby, all day, all day, baby.
The quick slant caught, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Check 31. Check.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's got some space here. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Looking to throw. Gabriel. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Check safety, check safety. Shift.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Gabriel. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Chicago. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Flush, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Rashawn Gary, his second sack of the night.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now, 54, 180, 180, we're good. 185, 93, 93. That's it.
Throwing his car on third down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. A gain of 22.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On first down, Carr. Screen pass to Lindsey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a second and long. Carr now to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
X3, 218, chop it. 5, 5. Back. Yo, go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Gabriel. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And certainly not the greatest of punts there. This will get out of bounds right at their own 40-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
A gain there of 21 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. To throw is Carr. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Carr to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Hey, orbit.
40's Mike. 40's Mike.
Yes.
It's our field.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gabriel going up top. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Yes. 40's Mike. 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 40's M
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check. Cross. Rock it.
Back to throw. Gabriel. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, 5, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
That's how we do it.
The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Kill.
On play action, now Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kenny Clark able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Carr going to go on fourth down. Big hold to the 30. Open man is Galladay, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. On the ball. Bang. Leo.
They'll try the right side with Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Carr. Flushed out right. He'll get this one to Golladay. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line. Tonight's final score.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.